Hello and welcome to the Unranked podcast. This is the 389th episode of the show. I am Christian Humes here with Alex, Tuna, Marno,
Hello.
Dan Weine,
Hello.
and Tom Caswell.
Hello.
We have a full show today, boys.
Hell yeah.
I think it's time that we should just jump. I think we should just jump right into today's Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who missed last week?
I did.
Okay. So last week you missed a Pokemon named Grottle.
Mm-hmm.
This week's Pokemon, the 389th Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
is that Pokemon's evolution. Do you know what the name of that is?
What was the name of that? What was the name before?
Grottle.
Grottle. Grover.
No, it's Turtwig.
Ah,
Was the
Turtwig.
evolution to Grottle, and now we go to Torterra.
Oh,
Do you know what Torterra is?
I do. I remember it from
The Pokemon from Detective
Arceus.
Pikachu.
Okay.
Oh.
Cool. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's a dual type grass ground.
Yes, it is a dual type grass ground, which is why last week's Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
we learned that the hard shell of it is actually made of like impacted ground. It's like very firm ground. This time it becomes a grass ground type, which is funny because now the top of it looks like it's made of like metal or stone. But it is just, the ground.
I mean, it's a cool concept. Little tree on the back.
Great concept.
It's fine.
Share
So
with us
It's fine. It's only fine.
So Torterra may
Tortilla?
be a combination of tortoise and terra, Latin for earth.
Hell yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
the thing that clearly makes this Pokemon cool is the
the
idea
trait.
of, and the idea of like the world turtle, which is there are more than one in folklore forms of, if not just animals, but also turtles, which I think is predominantly like Native American mythology, but there could be others. Don't remember off the exact top of my head here, but it's sort of like they carry an entire world on their back.
Do you think there are other Pokemon, like I can't say birds because there are no birds, right, in the world? Or are there birds in the world?
No, Alex, Pikachu was
Wait,
the
in our
electric
world?
rat Pokemon, like the electric mouse Pokemon. Remember? So like they use terms like dog and cat and bird, even though canonically it's confusing as to whether or not those exist. aside
Right,
Pokemon.
of course.
I thought
course.
I could be wrong. I could just be like making this up in my head, but I could swear like there are like a couple of normal pets somewhere in Pokemon.
Early in the series, they described things as if those things exist.
I know, but I feel like I saw like a guy with a pet actual cat or something like that at some point.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Possible.
But I could also have seen a Pokemon that looks a lot like a cat that
Just
the
looks
guy's
like
a
a
pet
cat.
of and just
Yeah.
assumed in my head.
It's like I feel like we've seen like just like what look like just fish in Pokemon
Yeah.
before, like in the animated thing, but you're also not getting that for some reason anymore. So it seems like maybe that was a thing and it isn't now, and
In
really knows.
in the very first episode, when Ash overslept and didn't get a Pokemon, Professor Oak says, "The early bird catches a worm."
Yeah.
Not the early Pidgey catches the Weedle.
Not an early exactly.
That's a good point.
However,
yeah.
Tom, not Tom, Dan, sorry.
Okay.
There is
Now you're doing
there is no real animal featured physically in the anime. The closest that they've gotten is Ash in a cow costume.
Oh, sure.
Oh, actually, no. Fish can be seen in the fish
That was what I
tanks.
just said. The fish. We've seen
Yeah.
some fish before.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe those are just Pokemon we don't know about yet. Because like, someone posted this. I saw this. I think on TikTok yesterday. Where someone was like, "How bad are the scientists in Pokemon?" They're like they find you and they're like, "There's only 150 Pokemon in this world." Yeah, I'm sorry, it's 151.
Right.
Also,
Or
like
maybe there's like hundreds and thousands of more. I don't know. Like we just don't even communicate with one another.
with that being true, though, it makes it make way more sense when you consider like Misty was terrified of bugs. It's like, yo, if all bugs were literally just like fucking the size of Caterpie and Beedrill and shit, I would also be terrified of bugs.
The amount of spider Pokemon,
like
it's weird.
if all
People
bugs
aren't
were
more
like
afraid of
6
bees
feet
all
tall.
the time because of Beedrill. Like, that's the scariest one, I think.
Can you imagine those things just rolling around outside? Fuck that.
A lot of animals are seen as food. There's a cooked lobster, a crab, a shrimp.
Is it all seafood?
It seems to be.
So basically, seafood different. Then there's some Pokemon who also live in the water. Then there's just land things.
Yep. There you go.
So Torterra, good Pokemon. I think it might be the best final evolution of this generation. I think it's a really cool design. We don't get quadrupeds anymore. I think it's great.
I mean, I'm looking at all of the grass starter final evolutions, and I think it's
up
probably
there.
top 3.
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree with that. All right. Well, we move on to a new starter next week. Thank you, Torterra. Well, one of us wasn't here last week. Why don't you catch us up with what's been going on?
What's been going on? Nothing.
That's it.
Wow.
Zilch.
Deep.
So no, let's see. It was my birthday. So had a nice little birthday shindig. The wife and I went out to dinner to a very nice restaurant. Had a very pasta before, but it's a sweet corn engolati.
I thought you were gonna say the thing you get from Big Daddy's, the spicy.
Oh no, the pasta jambalaya. No,
yeah, pasta jambalaya.
We get that more often than this. This is delicious. So this place, it's on Long Island. It's very, very nice. It's a very cool atmosphere. Their drinks are tailored around what's fresh and in season at the time of the year. So it's a cool experience. So what else is going on? Kid last night woke up at 1:30 in the morning.
Very cool.
Decided to cry out. We brought her into bed because she was like really freaking out. As soon as we did, she calmed down immediately and just started singing songs and reciting
this was
her.
Last night?
This is last night, 1:30 in the morning.
Because you said this story to me, and it was not last night. It was last night, like a few days ago.
Oh yeah, this happened. This has been happening now. So
this is a recurring event now.
This is So she wakes up. She cries to get her in, thinking like, oh, there's a problem. And then, she starts singing the ABCs, starts counting backwards, singing Twinkle, Twinkle, but it's not Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. It's Winkle, Winkle, Woo, the
Sure.
And then
it's imitating Alex in his 20s.
Correct. It's imitating me on a bender. So then like I tried to get her to go to sleep. Britt left. She went into the guest room for a little bit, came back. I mean, it was like, a nightmare. Kid finally went to bed at like 4 something. So I basically felt like I was hungover all day today. Sucked. What else is going on? Oh, I beat Pikmin 4. I had a great time with that game. I really enjoyed it. Pikmin is a great game for me because it has like a lot of tasks that you have to do, and you have to micromanage your day, and you have to make sure you get a certain number of things done within a time limit, and you want to be as efficient as possible. And that to me is like my jam. Like I'm like, all right, you Pikmin go over here, you Pikmin go over here. I'm gonna go do this, and we're all gonna meet back here. All right, get it done. And to me, I loved it. I thought it was a fantastic game. It's such an easy game to pick up and play. For like an hour at a time, 2 hours at a time. But the post game on that game was fantastic as well. Like a very challenging. It was like a whole nother game after the game. It was great.
That is awesome.
Other than that, I'm trying to think if there has been anything that has gone on. No. Thank you.
Thank you for my time.
Yep.
How long was Pikmin?
Relinquished my time.
Yeah, I relinquished the remainder of my time.
I guess to stick with the theme, it was my birthday the other day.
Hey.
Yesterday. But I didn't do much of anything. I saw some highlights of the new Madden, which are funny because it's just buggy as fuck. and to the point where like
I
a
hear
player
it's like
scores a touchdown
really
and just
bad.
lays dead, motionless in the end zone. There was one play where like the offensive line like did a weird thing where like instead of going and getting ready for a play, they just lined up perpendicularly like wrong, like little dumb shit. And it's the same, essentially the fucking same game again, of course. So
Right.
I will not be paying
not
for
like
it.
they're-
I'll wait till it's free on Game Pass or whatever, and maybe play it then.
It's not like they're changing the game of football.
Well, no, but also like Madden has been this buggy fucking shitty mess for the last 15 years. And the problem is people keep buying it every year.
Yeah.
So if you actually want Madden to change, stop fucking buying it.
You're gonna play that.
Because maybe if they have a year with down sales, they'll actually think about changing it. Instead of just saying, we've made crazy new upgrades, and they're just nothing.
You're gonna play the college football game when that comes out?
I don't think it's coming out this year, but I will play it when it comes out, whenever the hell that is.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I think it's 2024, 6.
I think it's been delayed. I think it's been delayed because there were issues with
with the rights.
Rights and stuff, because they wanted to pay like the kids like $500 in
the problem
own that
is,
image in perpetuity or something.
I never gave a shit that the names weren't in the game. Like I don't care if it's all randomly generated. I would just love to have like a fucking random college game so I could do what I used to do and just make a fake college and try to start from like a shitty team and make it a good team.
What do you name your college?
I don't know. I don't have like a set name or anything. I just come up with something on the spot.
Yeah, like what?
Like they used to call it like you used to choose from like a list of types of teams, and you'd have like Powerhouse, and the worst one was Cupcake. So I think I did like Cupcake University one year.
Cupcake University, nice.
Like stuff like that. Nothing crazy. Nothing that great.
Do you make like a logo?
I probably didn't. I probably picked it from a list. They give you like they used to give you like a list of things to pick.
I would
I did like a half-assed job of picking a logo,
where you get to like make a team.
Yeah, like in MLB The Show, they let you like make your actual logo. So my team has been logoless for like 4 straight years. I just don't bother.
Just name it logoless.
So wait, so
Logoless,
MLB The Show,
the elf,
because of the new rules in MLB this year, do they have new rules in MLB The Show?
I mean, they don't have a pitch clock or anything. They made the game before the season came out with the rules. So they kind of like adapted a little bit through, so like the pitchers don't hit anymore.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they don't have like, it doesn't seem like there's any differences for me when I'm playing the game from last year, just slightly different. And it was free again, so I didn't pay money, so I don't really give a shit.
Sure.
If I'm not paying money for a game, you can not change it all you want.
Wait, MLB The Show is on Game Pass.
If you have EA, I think EA Play is a part of the premium Game Pass or Platinum Game Pass.
Yeah, Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate. That's what it is. Yeah, EA Play is like a part of it, so all those games are essentially free for us.
That means Sony's making a game that's on Game Pass.
Yes, it's actually really funny because I would have bought it probably on PlayStation in the past, and now I'm like, why would I buy it? It's free on Xbox.
Oh, MLB is not through EA. That's like straight up Game Pass. Yeah,
that's
that's actually you're right. That's not EA at all.
That's so crazy.
The other ones are EA. Yeah, that is crazy and also hilarious and whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, Microsoft must be paying a pretty penny to put it on Game Pass.
Yeah, probably.
It's really weird to boot it up because like the PlayStation Studios logo comes up.
Yeah.
You know, like with the God of War and like Spider-Man and all the games you can't play on Xbox.
Yeah.
Yet.
yeah, right, exactly.
Huh. I wonder if I mean, it just depends. It's probably never gonna happen, but at some point
System 7.
Yeah, it like with cross compatibility now and everything, it almost feels like it hurts first party studios not releasing your games on other consoles. You know, it's like Halo would have been better off if people could also play it on PlayStation, if you could buy it on PlayStation. But, you know, they're not going to sell more Xboxes doing that either. So it's wild.
It would also be better off if they made it better. I saw someone made a whole city in Halo in the Forge mode.
The Forge mode on Halo has gotten out of hand. I've been looking at what people have made.
Now
you can do bots.
Have not touched that game in forever.
It's crazy.
Yeah, me either.
It is wild. Yeah, I haven't touched it either, but I'm on the Forge subreddit and it'll just like pop up with like, you know, the new craziest things people posted this week. And it's like, there's like no map from a previous Halo game that hasn't been remade in Forge to like an astounding level of like detail to where like you would never know it was even a Forge map. It's kind of wild.
As the creator of those, do you get anything? Like no, right? So I don't know what the point is of wasting all your time on. I mean, good for them, I guess, that they're able to do it.
They like the game, they want to play it. So they,
there is the rare, I mean, this almost sounds like pay for exposure, create for exposure kind of thing, which I definitely am against. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting if they had some kind of like creator economy in, like Epic does it for Fortnite. You create stuff in Fortnite and people use those maps. You get shares of, you get a little percentage off of like V-Bucks and stuff like that. So it would be interesting. I mean, Halo doesn't have, I think, a big enough community for it to really make a difference. But there is that thing of like people that make mods, people that make maps in like Forge modes and stuff. Like they eventually, like some of them get jobs based off of that.
There are some people that work at 343 who were like community people.
Rockstar just acquired the role-playing, the like mod community that makes the GTA role-playing thing.
The RPs.
Yeah, Rockstar just bought them, and everyone is thinking that like GTA 6 might launch with more like
it'll
mechanics,
be integrated,
more native. So which would be
that
cool.
Would be sick.
So yeah, it definitely is. That there is if you're good at it and if you like to do it, and then obviously like there's the clout aspect of it. Like I rebuilt Valhalla or whatever.
Sure.
Forge.
The prospect that we're about to like next year, we'll be talking about GTA as in it being like a year away seems kind of wild. Even though
I feel like that's been every year for the last like 7 years.
No, it hasn't. There hasn't even been like rumors about a new one coming until like very recent. I don't think anyone expected it for a while.
It's kind of like with the Nintendo,
like 12
Switch
years
Pro.
old or some shit.
Where they'd always be like, oh, maybe it'll be next year. And none of us really believed it. And now it's like, it's coming out in 2024. And we're all like, yes, it is.
I mean, because that game came out on Xbox 360. You know, like that was a 360 game. That was
3 generations.
An Xbox One game.
10th anniversary next month.
Yeah. And like we knew it wasn't coming last generation because they were doing Red Dead. So the idea that like not only are we getting GTA 6, but we already know what it is because of the leak. Like people have walked around in the geometry and made videos of it. Like we have artwork of the two main characters. Like we know it's like a guy and a girl. Like we know it's Miami. It's like Vice City, but it's also like a huge area of Florida. It's like very strange to know all this stuff about this game that they arguably haven't
even
actually
given the name of.
They haven't even like other than putting out a thing being like, hey, we wish this stuff wasn't leaked. Like they haven't even like really acknowledged.
I think they've said we are working on the next GTA, but that's about it. They haven't even said like it was like when Nintendo would be like, we're working on the sequel to Breath of the Wild, except for the fact that we know that it's going to be called
that was
GTA 6.
That was Sakurai. Like 2 weeks ago, he was like, I can't really envision a future of Smash without me, but I don't really even know what that's going to look like. We haven't even started that, which is like he said almost verbatim a couple of years after Smash 4 had finished, and like they'd been working on Ultimate already at that point for like a year or two, and he was like, I don't even know when. And this is what he said. This is what he said like 2 weeks ago. It's like, all right, so we're getting a new Smash Brothers 2025, 26 at the latest is basically what you're saying to us right now. Which is going to be wild. It better not be like Mario Kart 8, where they just
where it's like, actually, we are going to do like fighter packs 3 and 4.
Yeah, I don't want just more fighter packs. I want them to reset the characters. You want Mario to be different. You don't want him to have fucking FLUDD on him anymore. You want moves for Link.
That's the whole. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That would be a disappointment. They would also just not sell as much. It's like all they would end up doing is selling that pass when they could sell a full game. Mm-hmm. So that would be kind of nuts. We'll see. It's going to be cool. What else going on, guys? Daniel, you told us about your birthday. Did you play anything? You're playing anything new?
Did I play? Not really. I played... I went through the annual. It'd be fun if I played that stupid cricket game, and then I'd download the cricket game and play for about 10 minutes and go, oh yeah, this is kind of boring. And then I turned it off. Other than that, I don't think I played anything new. Yeah. No, I don't think so.
You liked Palindrome Syndrome, the first-person puzzle game.
Yes.
I think you would like Maquette. That was a game that came out on PS5 when it was like a very early PS5 game. It's on Game Pass now.
It might be on my list. I made a big list. I kind of looked through every game and was like, oh, interesting, not interesting. So it's probably on the list somewhere. I didn't do any Tuesday stream this week because of my birthday, but I'll check it out. I could probably check it out Tuesday.
How far into Taskmaster are you?
I am now I don't remember 2 or 3 episodes in, but I'm on the James A. Caster season.
Ooh, season 6.
Great season.
Yeah.
Or season
Great season. 7.
7, yeah.
I texted you guys earlier
Great season.
because I'm now TikTok has decided, because I guess they figured out that I've been watching Taskmaster.
Yep.
They are
Sounds
sending
about
me
right.
Taskmaster New Zealand clips like nonstop.
The
And,
new season just
I
started.
went to
Oh, okay.
I went to the doctor the other day because I keep waking up and with my jaw like out of alignment, like it's like forward.
Did you
Oh, you
watch
gotta
a
get that
movie
thing.
with a girl coming out of a well recently?
No. What well?
The Ring.
Oh, The Ring. So no, no, I think it has to do with the mask with my CPAP machine. Anyway, long story short, he goes, I think you might have TMJ. Could also just be the mask.
That's too many
Sending you to the
Jennies.
Smileless.
So then right, so the smileless. So then he says that. Okay. Now, I didn't do any Googling. I did not do any research. I didn't do anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, ads for
Yeah, no,
TMJ Solution.
I'm pretty sure I have it too.
Bunch of bullshit.
Occasionally when I yawn, my jaw locks up, and then I gotta like stretch and shit to unlock it.
When I wake
Nothing.
up, my bite is out of alignment, like so much so that I can't eat. Like it takes about an hour for it to get
Are you
back
like-
are
to
you like
this?
normal.
Or like
Yeah.
this.
Like a little forward.
Like
Or
okay, so underbite.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Rare. It's weird.
What does that feel like? What do you mean like you can't move it?
Like I can move it. It's just like the joints are like a little inflamed, so it feels like it's like I'm injured, like and I can't move my jaw
Like someone's
back
hit you in
fully.
the face.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But then after a while it goes back. So
For me, when I yawn, it'll lock up, like the muscle will just freeze, and I'll be like, and then I have to like unstretch it the way it's stretched. It's really annoying.
that just made Dan, you just opening your mouth made me yawn.
What if I do with my
Just the sight.
my eyes open?
Just the sight of it. I want to yawn again.
Ugh.
All right, don't do this.
That was
Then
fake,
we're
and I
all
made
gonna
him yawn.
start yawn. It's gonna be now people in the car are yawning.
Yeah.
People are doing laundry at home, they're yawning.
So before we get to Chris and find out what he's been doing,
Nothing.
I don't know if this is new this week, last week. I'm sorry, but Tom, what is with the new? What is going on here?
The background.
Oh, he just changed his angle, right?
No, this
no.
is totally different. The Power Rangers are not with the
Oh,
machines.
you're right.
The lights are on the right,
Oh,
not
you're
behind him.
Sounds
There's
like
a
someone
stupid-
set up their new bed and had some new room.
Yeah,
to move
there's
around.
a stupid fan in the corner. So what's the deal?
Oh, this is why we
Uh,
didn't record on Sunday night.
Yeah. So Brooke moved into
What do you mean moved into.
He's
live
finishing the
together.
sentence.
Can't finish.
Brooke moved into a studio space that she is renting with a friend. So she we kind of split this space that we have, this den space. And all of her art supplies and everything is out. So
She moved her business in with a friend, or she's out of your place and now she's living with someone else.
No, she's living here, but she.
I mean,
instead of
Tom,
I saw-
that's not
Tom,
that's
I saw
not
it's not
Alex's
overly
face.
clear.
I saw Alex and Dan's face when you said it. They both did this. They both did. Like we thought you were about to drop some breaking
studio
news.
like
studio
Studio
apartment. I knew what you meant, but
yeah.
I was watching their
But
faces.
you also
like
you also
I was
the way you
catching
said
on
it. You're
to
like
it,
she
but I was like,
moved
I don't know.
into
A studio space.
I know, but you started with
So there's a
studio,
and then-
really
and then you
casual
went
way to
into-
announce that you guys are breaking up, I guess.
Yeah, and then you like went into and then we split this area, and she's
Yeah,
got
and
all
all
her
her stuff
shit
is
out,
gone.
and all her shit's gone.
Can you
Okay,
imagine if that's how I broke
Okay.
it to you? If I
Mhm.
broke it to
I
you,
mean,
like
I
that,
can now. I feel like I was in the moment.
They thought I was saying that like you had moved out. Anyway, no, an art studio space.
right.
It's in.
What does this have to do with the fact that your Power Rangers aren't
They were
playing
splitting half
arcade
their
games
space.
We-
and
I
they
was
were splitting up
splitting
half the room.
the
They
space.
had a fake curtain wall.
Yeah, there's a den.
Oh, really?
And it
Yeah.
had Brooke was on one half with all of her art supplies. I was on one half with all of my shit.
But you
but
look
she
like
is-
you're in the same spot now.
I am in the same den, but
Yeah.
we've moved stuff around.
I don't know if I like
You're
it.
sideways now, Tom, right?
It's not
you're-
finished.
The wall that was on your left when you were looking at the computer is now to your back. Is that what's going on here?
No,
The
I think he's
wall
sitting.
that
in
was
the-
on
are
my
you
left is in front of me. Is here.
Oh.
Wait, the wall that was
oh,
on-
so that's
here?
the bathroom. So the bathroom is in front of you.
Wait,
Yes,
so the
bathroom's in
lights,
front of me.
the lights haven't moved.
The lights have not.
Tom
moved.
has
I
moved.
have
See, this
moved.
is what's a little messed up is that you look like you're in the same spot that you've just changed the
Everything's a little
background.
Yeah, no.
But no, I
It's-
don't know if I like this. I don't like the Power Rangers not leaning over the arcade cabinet.
This
I
is
don't like
not.
this.
This is not finished.
Tuna, you can take it up with Brooke.
It is not finished.
All right, I'm just
I will
saying.
put it
like,
that way. And
they
it's
look-
so
they look-
funny because
They look like they're not having fun
I was
back
thinking
there.
about it when I was like setting everything up. I was like,
Yeah.
Tuna really likes those seeing those Power Rangers on the with the
I like seeing the Green Ranger holding
yeah
his
leaning
hand
on the
on top, leaning on the cabinets.
So
Great
it's not.
image.
They're actually all just like literally like bunched up on this shelf.
I
right
can
here
tell
need to
that
get
they're-
displayed.
They're not great. They don't feel good.
So yeah, I
Alex
have
has
the
watched
whole,
Toy Story too many times.
as Chris knows, it was like very cramped back here,
It
and
was
now I have the whole
unbelievably
space.
the amount of that space on camera
Mm.
looks wildly larger.
Like
than
this
it was.
looks like
It
the
is-
same amount of space
It
as I
does
had
look like the
before,
same
but I
amount of
have
space.
so much more space.
Alex,
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
way Tom was sitting, he could back up
Yeah.
maybe like 8 inches before he was bumping into like the wall before. Like it
Because I
was,
had
there was
another
no
desk. I
room.
had an L desk.
Yeah.
Right, because I used to have like a thing on the side, and then I would
Uh-huh.
have stuff behind me where
Mhm.
the Lego was and stuff.
It was probably
that
like
desk
what, like
is gone.
4 by 6 feet. It was like very small. It was really maybe
The
6
space
by
in
6.
which
It
I
was
had
really
the
tiny.
space in which I had to move the chair, yeah, 4x6 maybe.
Yeah,
But this is
Yeah.
looking more barren.
It is not
He's
finished.
not
I
done.
literally
I know, but like I'm just
It'll look
I'll give
very
it a week. I'll
different
give you a
next week.
week. It better.
no.
It better.
You're on
Yeah.
notice now.
Yeah, you're on notice.
But
Alex
is
does not like change.
No,
No, it does not.
no. Especially
Well,
change
it's better,
that I'm
it's
not.
better than change if me and Brooke were separated or whatever.
Oh, it
it's
just
better
means you'd
than
have
that
more
change.
time for us.
That's true. That's
No,
true. Instead
How would
of
start
being
dating again? Do you remember what that was all?
Oh,
No,
that
that
was
was
even
Yeah,
worse.
it was
Yeah,
just
that
it was just
even
virgin
worse.
after virgin rolling
Yeah,
in.
that sucked. That was
That was
annoying.
even worse.
I gotta go, lads. I got a heart out.
No, I did have a
A
hard
hard
out.
on and a hard out.
Yeah, hard out and a hard in, if you know what I mean. So yeah, well that leads into my thing. So we as I had texted the lads, we were meant to do Avatar on Sunday. I even asked ahead of time.
Yeah.
Because on the Saturday, because there was extra prep that needed to happen before it, and then I had to text them like Sunday evening, like I am like sweating and like I'm not wearing a shirt and there is crap everywhere. Like I'm not going to be good to go for the thing. And basically, when we got the king mattress, we had to get a new under thing, you know, frame. Thank you very much. And and so then we got a chest of drawers because our old bed frame had drawers and now it does. This new one doesn't. So we had to get someone to put our clothes, but there's not as much space. So I was like, I needed to throw out a bunch of like old clothes or, you know, donate a bunch of old clothes. So there was just like a lot of like stuff that needed to be done there. And then it just kind of became one thing to the next of, all right, I've sorted through all of my clothes. Now we want to tackle, like, we're in the mood of like, we're in the zone. Now we're going to tackle the closet at the front of the apartment. So then we tackled that. And then on Sunday, I was like, let's tackle this space now. So that was basically my weekend, other than going to one of Brooke's friends' birthdays, where I learned from a boyfriend of one of her friends, new guy in the scene, cool dude. And we were chatting, and I was like, "Are you a gamer?" Because people were talking about games, and he was kind of chiming in here and there, and I couldn't get a read on him. I couldn't get a read on if he was a gamer or not. And so I was like, "Do you play video games?" He's like, "Yeah, but I really just replay retro games." He's all about emulation and all that stuff. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And he introduced to me, he blew my mind. I mean, of course this stuff exists, but he introduced to me 2 mods for Pokemon, specifically Pokemon Gold and then Pokemon Fire Red, that were I was like, "Oh my god, that's so cool. I have to try these." So the first one he mentioned was...
This story's not lining up for me. He only plays old retro games.
Yeah, Pokemon is an old retro game.
No, but he said Fire Red? Is that what Red's called also?
It's the remake of Red during Generation 3.
They remade Red for the GBA.
Generation 3, I don't know if that's retro.
It's definitely retro.
It's retro, yeah. That would be the classic.
What is the definition of retro?
The 360 is considered a retro.
20 years ago was retro?
Yeah, 20 years ago is retro. Because when we were in the 90s, if someone's talking about stuff from the 70s, it was retro.
Yeah. Just seems longer.
But that's because
it's kind of it's kind of yeah, no, it's kind of crazy, I mean,
the 70s were definitely retro. I mean, even in the 2000s, the 80s were retro.
I mean, look, Cleopatra's closer to us now than Cleopatra was.
Cleopatra not retro. Cleopatra is so far back, it's definitely ancient.
Yeah. When does something pass between ancient and retro?
Well, that's a good question.
I feel like it's not that far. There's definitely a step or
there
two
must
in
be
between.
Yeah, there has to be some. But what is after
We're missing some
retro
links.
before ancient?
Isn't really ancient
Pre-industrial?
I guess old would have to be in between.
No,
right?
isn't
old,
the definition
oldies?
of... Well, I don't know the definition.
The classics.
But I think it's considered the ancient classics. Ancient, I don't know. Anyway, Tom,
right? Because basically anything up until everything after the industrial era,
you would say that the 1600s are ancient?
I would say they're pre-industrial.
They are.
The definition of retro is imitative of a style, fashion, or design from the recent past.
Recent past.
Yeah.
But where's the line, damn it? We need definitions. We need hard
so
year
let's
numbers.
say 100 years, because someone could still be alive from the 1920s, and it can still, if it's within a lifetime, a human lifetime,
fucking barely.
Let's say up to 100 years feels like the max on that.
I don't know. Is that too much for?
I'm saying that's like the max. I feel like.
Typically, the term retro is given to items which are 20 years old, but not yet 40 years old.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What happens at 40?
You know what? We have a clearly defined range. I'm happy with it.
Whoa, but now that begs the question.
Vintage.
Oh.
Vintage. And then after vintage is
language,
antique.
you fucking
antique.
You son of a bitch. You got us.
Antique. What's the
That's
oldest
good.
thing in this room?
You. Or the room.
You.
Oh,
the room.
No.
The support beam for the house. Here we go.
The house itself.
With something from
wait,
1985.
does he have one of those fucking Roman coins? Because he might have the Roman coin.
The Roman coins. Stuff like a fake.
I have a real bona fide trilobite.
Oh, okay.
That is old.
okay.
Almost as old as you.
That's vintage.
Do you know what the age on that is?
That's ancient. I mean, it's obviously ancient.
At least 240 million.
Oh, I think you have me beat. Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
Alex has the oldest thing in amongst the four of us, I would wager.
I would hope so. I don't know anything close to. I don't think I know anything close to that old.
Where'd you get the trilobite?
The Earth.
Califano?
I think it's pronounced California.
Yeah, you idiot. You
Alex
got that old
Tuna
brain.
Califano.
He's got that old brain.
Oh,
There you go.
Amazing.
Anyway, yeah, so it is a retro game. So Fire Red.
Oh, right.
Fire Red Rocket Edition. Okay. So this takes the assets of the game and remixes them and like has a brand new script. So the game is you are playing as a rocket grunt, and you start in like the rocket headquarters, and your starter Pokemon is a random Pokemon from the Rattata, Ekans, like all of the like basic like Team Grunt Pokemon. And instead
I don't want
of
to sideline you here, Tom, because I'm
go ahead.
highly interested in this. Dan, are you trying not to laugh because you said Red Rocket because the South Park
No,
episode?
I actually did not hear Red Rocket. I was imagining a grunt
Never
from
gonna be able to
Halo
finish this fucking
dressed
story.
up as part of Team Rocket, and also Elton John singing a song Rocket Grunt. So that's why I was smiling.
Great. Honestly, I appreciate that answer. It is not what I would have expected the thing you'd be laughing at is.
That is why I was giggling to myself and kept it quiet.
That's fucking
Really?
funny. Rocket Grunt. So instead of defeating
Giovanni.
the gyms, you are trying to climb the ranks of the Team Rocket, and it's all based on stealing other trainers' Pokemon. So when you defeat a trainer in battle, you have the ability to try and catch them.
Oh, wow.
I gotta play this.
Yeah, and so I had just started that, and then I actually then checked out the other mod, which is for Pokemon Gold, the OG Gold, because it's based on the demo of Gold that was at Space World 1997, which was a completely different version of Pokemon Gold, and this is called Pokemon Super Gold. And
this is where all those leaked assets came from that had other evolutions to Pokemon stuff that we talked about.
And so it's it remixes stuff from the original game and this Space World version, and creates a new story and all that. So when you start the game, what's interesting is like it seemed very much like they were just trying to do Red and Blue again, with like your rival lives next door versus it being like that thief that is in the beginning of the game. There is no Professor Elm, I think, is the usual professor in Pokemon Gold. Professor Oak moves to Johto, although it's not called Johto. The name of the region is different. And Professor Oak moves to Johto in order to I heard about all these new Pokemon, so I came to Johto to discover them. The starters are different. So Chikorita is the same, but the water and fire starter are different. So it's a fire bear is the one that I went with. And yeah, the whole opening area is completely different. I've just beaten the first gym leader, who is the same. It's Faulkner with the birds. But that town is different. But yeah, what's interesting is that I think they did them changing the story. I don't think it's as good as the original Gold story. But what is cool, and I'm surprised that they got rid of them. Maybe they just thought there were too many Pokemon. There are a lot more pre-evolutions of Gen 1 Pokemon in the game. So there was a Dodrio or a Doduo one that was really cool, and it was like baby heads, but they were in a bird nest, and like that was the body of the Pokemon. Meowth had a pre-evolution as well, where it was a sleeping kitten, and it was dreaming of coins, which I thought was a really fun design. And so yeah, there are a lot of way more pre-evolution Gen 1, which makes total sense considering what they ended up doing Gold and Silver, and having Pichu and some of these other baby Pokemon. which is a shame because like so many Gen 1s I give a knock for only being 2-stage Pokemon. But
Sure.
anyway, so that's we've been obviously busy cleaning and stuff, and then busy after work and stuff. So I actually haven't really played anything other than just a little bit more Baldur's Gate and those mods. And I also checked out. I captured some footage for if you're listening now. Not if you're live listening. If you're listening now when the podcast has come out, on GameSpot's YouTube, there will be gameplay of Red Dead Redemption on Switch that I captured. That game has come out. It will be out by the time this podcast is out for the plebs. Game runs great, but I did some comparison footage between it and the original game, like the 360 version of the game running on an Xbox Series S. And it's, while they run like frame rate wise and everything about the same, like it's definitely still outbeating the Switch, the 360 version. Like the draw distance is way better. Obviously like HDR and stuff now on these more modern consoles, so like the lighting and stuff is a lot better. But if you never played Red Dead Redemption and you own a Switch and you'd be interested in having it on the go, it's a thank God doesn't seem to be as broken as the definitive edition version of GTA Trilogy. So that's been about it.
The GTA Trilogy was a port of the Android games, right? Whereas this is actually okay.
But like an up-resed, like this seems to just be Red Dead Redemption.
Sure.
And then the definitive edition was some kind of bastard.
I'm not sure who this is for.
Red Dead?
Yeah. Who is Red Dead Redemption for on the Switch? That hasn't played the game. It doesn't, like, it just feels like this game's pretty old.
I know one person who it's perfect for. I won't name him, but Alex, you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Switch has what, 15 million units
for one
in the
person
wild. Rockstar likes to make money. They probably thought like if it was a cheap way to put it out, like yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wake me up when they have GTA. I don't care about Red Dead Redemption.
Yo, GTA 5 on the Switch.
Unless they put Red Dead Redemption VR, and then I'll play it.
And then you'll be there.
Yeah, that would be sick. The biggest problem with that game is that I hate the controls. So put it in VR, it'd be great.
Yeah.
So I've been playing Star Wars, and I've been playing VR all week. I play my PSVR basically every single day.
Very nice.
Like if Zelda didn't come out this year, Walkabout Mini Golf probably be my game of the year.
I love it.
It's unbelievable. Tom, the DLC courses are fucking mind blowing. They are unbelievable.
We're gonna do some on stream tomorrow.
I probably won't be available tomorrow.
Well, there we go.
So,
Fret not, people at home. You're not missing anything.
The laser layer course that they came out with recently is like, it feels like it's like ripped out of like a James Bond or like Deathloop. It's very like, 70s inspired art style, and it's supposed to be like the lair of like, an evil supervillain from like the 1970s. So it's very like high tech, and there's lasers and shit. Little Portal-esque awesome. At times. It's very, very cool. But in non-VR, I've been playing Star Wars. I gotta say, the first day I came back to that, it was like rough restarting a game.
Yes.
Because I set myself up in a place that I had gotten to where like, oh, the main story begins now. But then I was so bad at it for the first like hour or two because I didn't remember what any of the buttons were. I didn't remember what all of my abilities were. Like I got stuck at two different points because I forgot that I could do things as my character. So it's just like, I don't know how to move forward here. I'm like just looking around like I literally do not know what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that I have like a grappling hook. Like, because it only works in certain instances. I just forgot it was an option, and I could not recall like I was like, very clearly this is where I'm supposed to be, but I do not see a path forward anywhere.
That's so funny.
But when I got over that, man, does that game pick up. This is one of the best stories in Star Wars in years. This is unbelievably good.
Where are you spoiler free?
So I just finished I'm still pretty early. I just finished the Shattered Moon, and I got the cross
Oh,
guard
okay.
on the
Yeah,
saber.
yeah.
So
yeah,
like
you're cooking now. You're cooking now.
Yeah, I feel like I'm probably nearing the end of the first act. I feel like I'm probably
Yes.
about a third of the way through now. Man, I mean, the story is great. The story is really, really good.
Yeah.
But the combat in this game is so satisfying, especially compared to the first one. I'm now playing with because you can do 2 different stances, which is so cool because there's so many different lightsaber styles between you have the standard saber, 2 lightsabers, double-sided lightsaber, the gun and the saber, which is super cool.
Blaster saber combo.
And the cross guard.
I never got rid of that, I think. I think once I unlocked Blaster Saber Duo, like I never took it away.
So that's what I'm trying to figure out what my second one is, but the cross guard saber is so fucking awesome.
Yeah, I pretty much just rock that and Blaster.
That's what I think I'm gonna end up doing. I just hadn't decided if I like the range more than the speed, because the two sabers is the fastest like attack style, but
I found that
cross guard is slow.
I found the cross guard is slow, but obviously it does more damage. But also,
it does way more damage, and it's longer.
I also find it kind of easier to use because it's slower, because the game is still not. It's better than Fallen Order was, but I still think that it's not as tight as like a Dark Souls game.
No, it's not quite as tight
like
as
an
a Dark Souls
immediate
game, but it is rubbing up against that. It just doesn't hit that level of difficulty.
It's not difficulty. I'm talking about like time from hitting a button to executing the move. Like the timing just feels like off a little bit.
Sure.
And I think that the cross guard is great because it makes up for that deficit by inherently being slow. So instead of me hitting the button and expecting me to like swing my saber and hit, I know inherently that this is going to be a bit more of a wind up. So I found it a bit more natural feeling than any of the others. And then the blaster combo is just like so handy, having the ability to shoot stuff. Yeah.
I like shooting with it. It's great. The ammo system for it is good, like with the way it recharges. It's great.
The customization is so much fun.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. All my stuff, like first of all, the biggest problem with that first game is you never get him out of that ugly fucking poncho. Hated it. The character just looked so stupid the whole time. Now there's so many things. My character looks very cool. He's got, with the blaster, being able to customize the blaster and BD1 and my lightsaber, like completely, like changing all the parts out, changing it. I made it very the High Republic style, so it's all like white, gold, and like silver, like everything. But it's cool because I was able to do that across like all of my stuff, so it all looks it's very cool.
And then
awesome.
Sometimes though they like some of the paint schemes don't work, like only work for one thing. And you're like, fuck, I need to find the BD1 version of this color scheme for
I have that has actually been annoying me. I have so many more color schemes for BD1 than for my lightsaber and my blaster. In fact, the one thing I've been thinking when I would play this is I would just like for video games to stop making collectibles a thing in some fashion.
Like, Tuna's looking at you like,
can we go back to like certain things being unlocked, because it's more fun to be able to play with these things and use them than it is to find them, I think, personally. But
the collectathon is cool when you collect them all and you get a prize for collecting everything.
Yeah. But that's not what this is. This is like, oh, we're gonna hide all the different like items of clothing and paint schemes and stuff. Just like
the best thing is opening up a chest and a new beard is inside.
Yeah. So wait, what's wrong with that?
You found a mullet.
Right. That's kind of weird.
Because
also,
it's so
but
easy
they've been
to miss
doing
stuff.
that. There was the packages in GTA 3. There were the Skulltulas in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Like we've been doing collectibles.
I know.
It's been a thing.
I think they're
I will say that I think that the problem is the reward that you get for collectibles. So, for instance, Tears of the Kingdom, the reward for a lot of these things is stupid. And the reason why that is because it's an open world and because you can do anything in any order and the weapons don't matter as much as they used to, where like you would open something which would open up and you'd get the bow, which would unlock the force, whatever. That like you can't put these amazing things behind collecting all of Addison's sign or helping him however many times or all the caves or I get why it is the way it is now, but sometimes collectibles can be like this reward at the end. That's like God of War does it. I thought God of War did it really well with the ravens, and you get like a really sweet armor at the end, like you get a really cool weapon at the end of some of these, so that's cool. I like that.
It can
You're not
be.
a fan of just Koroks and then you get a golden piece of shit at the end?
I saw a post about that was that's egregious, but it was like I think to max, so they're used to max to obviously upgrade your shield, bow, and weapon stash.
Yeah,
but as soon as you collect like 400, you've maxed it out. There's no more. And they were like, well, then why do they have like 1,000?
900.
And somebody wrote because, or whatever. Somebody wrote because anybody could go any direction in any order in any way. So you want them to be able to stumble upon the same amount during the same playthrough.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I mean, that's totally fair. The same thing with Addison. Like you don't have to do all of Addison's signs. Addison's signs are really just a way for you to learn to manipulate objects to hold up other things and to use. I mean, you don't need it. There's nothing that you really gain by the end.
I love the Addison signs because you'll look at them and be like, I got this, and then you just wouldn't have it until you'd stuck everything on it in like the most higgledy-piggledy to bring the wood back.
Or it's the same thing with the caves and the the bull logs. What are they called again? The bubbles, whatever.
The boodles,
and as soon as you get a certain, you get a certain number, and you have the armor that was the reward, and then there's 90 more that you can get if you want to.
Yeah.
I did because I'm weird, right? But you don't have to. I mean,
but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them hiding things that are supposed to be a part of the game, which is like the different like forms of the lights, like all of the like the fun cosmetic parts of the game are just scattered throughout the game. There could have been better ways to attach all of those as rewards to side quests or other things that would have been more rewarding than I'm in the middle of this fight and this story quest, but I'm going to take all of these like random detours and spend a bunch of time so I can open a crate that was left with this paint for BD1. Like, just allow me to unlock these things through the story progression.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
Or through side quests. Because they are kind of just dedicating a bunch of time for busy work to artificially extend the game. And the game would be a lot tighter and better and more interesting if like you didn't miss out on any cosmetics and like you don't know which ones you're missing. So then you got to look them up. Or like maybe later on you'd be like, fuck, that would have been my favorite one. If like there's just like I think there's a disconnect between the way they can be used. The way you're talking about.
Well, I think it also depends on how many. I think it also depends on how many. For God of War, there were a couple of things that were hidden behind certain puzzles or areas or whatever, but it wasn't a lot. Like the way you're talking, it sounds like there's a lot of little things that are hidden, and you're just like, well,
here's
a mullet. Like there's
literally I'm unlocking beards and hairstyles. And...
That's kind of dumb. But
here's the thing is when you get that stuff, you're like, oh, cool. I can make my character look like a lot cooler now. Like, that's great. But I also have no idea how many of those things I've missed already. You know, like there's just...
Yeah, I feel like that kind of stuff should be locked behind maybe like just basic progression. As soon as you level up to another level, you get the idea for a mullet.
And there's also tons of side quests. Like there are plenty of things where you can like get stuff, but you're not necessarily going to get like pants, you know, like it's like, oh, like if I helped these like travelers and they were like, oh, well, we were bringing like fabrics and stuff here's from our collection, like here's a reward.
I also
like, there's a million ways you could make it make sense in the story.
I also kind of like the idea that if there is in-game currency, I don't know if there is, but if there's in-game currency, if you pass an area, if you're past a point where you could have gotten something, a cosmetic, it would have been free if you found it, but it will be available to buy from a merchant for a certain in-game currency amount.
There are things I can buy from merchants.
No, but I'm saying like every single thing that you can get, like cosmetic wise, you should be able to go buy it. If you want to go back and go get it for free, fine. Or if you found it for free, fine. But it should be available to buy.
But a lot of these in-game merchants, Alex, are like,
what?
Oh, I have to find priorite shards, or
I
have to find. So it's like, it's.
See, I don't like that. I don't like this busy.
That's what I'm saying. Is I'm complaining about busy work. That's all it is.
That sounds ridiculous. That sounds annoying.
Which, here's the thing: you can ignore all of it, and some of the times it's like fun. Like sometimes there's like a fun, like, oh, I'm like going on this like beaten path, like, and I found like a secret or something. Like sometimes it is fun. Like they have Jedi temples on this one planet I gotta say, so far the puzzles in these Jedi temples, some of them puzzle wise they also feel closer to like Zelda temples than like anything Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom had, as far as like a temple. Like, they're some of the puzzles are kind of tough. In fact, as I'm playing this game, I'm like, oh, this is what just Zelda in the future is. It's just Star Wars, because that's what this game plays like. This game plays, Alex, very much. It feels like you're playing an old Zelda game, but it's Star Wars. It's very interesting in that way. It's great. I'm really enjoying it, so I'm excited to finish it. There's a lot of other games I would like to play. This Baldur's Gate game looks so fucking cool, but I gotta finish. Star Wars.
I've heard good things from everyone that's played it so far.
Yeah, it looks sick. I feel like I'm gonna end up playing it. I don't know what's gonna happen. We'll see. Anyone got anything else? Should we move on?
You can move it.
Tom, did you watch any more One Piece?
No, because we were trying to get we did a little bit. We've started the Usopp Syrup Village arc. We ended up going with
that's
One
the
Piece
weakest
Kai.
arc in
Interesting.
East Blue, I think.
Interesting. I like in the manga. I liked it a lot
in East Blue. Oh, you read this in the manga?
Yeah, I in the manga I got to Sanji. Like I'm in the middle of all the restaurant stuff. Yeah.
This is post podcast.
Post show shit.
All right,
this is post show talk. What are you doing?
I don't know. Just asking. Matt came over to watch One Piece.
Usually, it's like when you watch post show.
I decree that it will now be
I
post show
decree,
talk.
I declare.
Yeah. I decree it will now be post show.
All right,
talk.
well then let's move on to some news. Was there any news this week that
Video game land? Probably.
I can read off some headlines if you want.
Yeah,
read off some headlines.
Oh god,
right, hold on. What is
doing this again? This is like every 2 years. This
is like this is more.
This is usually if Dan and I are alone.
Yeah.
All right.
Then Tuna's like, oh, I got the news. Don't worry, I got the news.
Oh, I got the news. I got the news.
The first headline.
I got the news. Okay, here we go. Starfield preloading starts this week.
I did it.
Oh shit!
Is it free? It's Game Pass.
The Game Pass.
Oh
Game
shit!
Pass. That's why I said to you, like, well, you may as well try it out. It's on Game Pass. I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
I had to move stuff around because I didn't have enough space on one of my
it's like
120
storage. gigs or something.
Big fucking game.
8-bit dude's new Nintendo Switch controller is very, very small.
Yes.
Okay.
It's about the size of a Joy-Con.
Amazon's office chairs are steeply discounted right now.
Ooh.
You are just on GameSpot.com.
And Minecraft Legends' biggest update to date finally lets you pet animals.
Whoa, that is big news.
Also, these three celebrities you never would have guessed came from.
Chris, did you see the Adam Savage Starfield thing?
No.
Tested
is partnering with Bethesda, and they're building like a miniature
Starfield spaceship to life.
Yeah, they put out a video where they're like 3D print the spaceship from the game.
That's cool.
Wait, so is this a game that we're going to be able to like play together,
no,
or is this a single player only game? Okay,
single player only.
So is this? So see, this is. I was telling Chris this the other day, right? And since there really isn't any news, because I'm looking at this, and this is, Barbie beats Batman to be the biggest Warner Bros. Movie ever. whatever.
I mean, that's not even game news, but yeah.
I know. Okay, so I was telling Chris this. I tried to play Skyrim at least, trying to think, either 2 or 3 times.
This is like me with Madden.
In the
which
last
one?
Chris and Madman.
Oh, Madden. Yeah.
So like with Skyrim, right? I think in the last decade, I have definitely tried to play that game 2 or 3 times. And every time I just get either lost or completely overwhelmed by the grandeur and like hugeness.
He really does have old brain.
So like
the scope.
Like, okay, for instance, right?
Scope, there you go.
Yeah. When I played Skyrim the first time, I was on that, you always open up on the cart, right? You're in the cart and started playing, and the dragon comes in, and then you go to the town, you start crafting things, and there's some sort of direction on what to do, but I didn't find that it was like so specific. I just got lost. Like I just started doing things, but it wasn't like Breath of the Wild.
Well, Starfield is going to be like that.
I know. That's what I was telling Chris. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this game. Like I might jump into this game and get like an hour or something in and just be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, and then like at least Elden Ring, by the time I like wrapped my head around the difficulty of that game and really like focused, right? Like I knew what I was doing. I knew where to go. I knew what to do, even though I didn't understand the story. Like I still was able to, build your character, beat enemies, keep progressing. I just feel like when I played Skyrim, it was so like, well, there's like a cave there. There's all these books that I could read, things to craft, things to do. It just seemed like it was like real life. The way real life is overwhelming. Like you got too many things to do. So I'm afraid that's going to happen in this Starfield game, that I'm just going to be like, this too much.
Yeah.
Because I'm the kind of person that likes to do everything.
Yeah, well,
in the game,
that's going to be a problem.
Like I saw when I saw a book, I was like, do I need to read this whole book? Like, you know what I mean?
I love the idea of like, as a joke for a video, Brian David Gilbert read every book in Skyrim, but you are talking sincerely about like, do I need to read History of the Vixens parts chapters 6 through 12? Like, that's so funny that you're like, do I need to read this book? Do I need to pick up this kettle?
I'll give it a whirl, but I would not have spent my hard-earned money on this.
Sure.
So the fact that it's on Game Pass is great.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. Do I need to read this?
Unbelievable.
Oh man, I hope that, because one of the things that I think games have recently, one of the, like Valhalla, right? You would find like notes and stuff in Assassin's Creed Valhalla all over the place, but they were like this. The text was like huge, and they were like,
they were like nothing.
That's great because you're like, cool, like I read it, like I didn't feel bad because I skipped it. And then some games will also like they'll have the full thing to read, but then they'll also have like either a Cliff Notes version, or it'll be like the character will say something that sums up what the note or log entry said. Mm-hmm. So I enjoyed that it's not like in Skyrim,
I will tell you the worst, my least favorite way that a game imparts story.
Here we go.
What do you think this is going to be?
Grimoire.
Well, I mean, that
Go
was
on the website.
That is the number one.
Downloading the app. Yeah.
The number two that is more that a lot of games do, right? That I just can't, for some reason, I have a hard time doing it, is when they're asking me to play the game, but then also listen to someone tell me story beats. And I'm like, I'm kind of focusing on the game right now.
Yes.
Unless you're going to do like a GTA mission where you're going to give me story where I could just be like, all right, fine, all I'm doing is driving. But if you're gonna give me story while I'm like doing stuff, it's a tall order for me. I can't do it.
By the way, is the biggest criticism that I would have for that Viewfinder game.
What Viewfinder game?
It's that, I mean, you would love this game. Now that you beat Pikmin, you should just play it because it's like 6 hours long. It very much is like reminiscent of playing Portal, like 1. It's a first-person puzzle game on PS5.
Yeah.
You take a picture of something, and then you can take that picture up, and you can, like, let's say it's like an MC Escher painting. It's you're playing with geometry. The worlds look like Monument Valley, and it's like you have to get over to this other thing, but there's no direct path. So I'm going to take a picture of the bridge from over here, and then I'm going to hold the picture up, and I'm going to press a button. Now that bridge is also over here. And unlike Portal, where you're like, oh, well, like there's only so many solutions because I can only put this on the white walls. You can, like, you wouldn't think so, but you can use this mechanic. You can just fucking break it. Like, you can use it anywhere, any way that you want. So you can take, like, I went like way far off the map at one point. It was like the game allows you to do anything, but all of the story is like audio logs. So I know. So, but the good news is you don't actually need the story. The game.
Well, you know what's interesting? There was remember in Halo DST, there were the terminals that you could find, and it had like recordings from someone trying to escape New Mombasa.
Yes.
And it was like it would play in the background while we were trying to play. It's like, okay, no one is listening to this.
That's literally what this is.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Yep. That's what this is. And you're like trying to think about geometry in a way that's like very unnatural while you play this game and solve a puzzle. And this, like, you're hearing like a bunch of scientists like have conversations. You're like, I don't give a fuck about what they're saying right now.
Right.
It's basically like I looked some reviews later. It's like the number one thing. They're just like, yeah, the games are really good. The story fucking sucks. And it's like annoying to just listen to it while I'm trying to solve puzzles. But they're like on Telegram machines. So like you could go and just like not turn the fucking player on and just do the level. You don't even have to listen to it. So yeah, I'm on board.
All right, so news.
Tom,
do you have any real news? Or I mean, I gave the headlines.
Oh yeah, I mean that. I think you nailed it.
Thanks.
That's it.
Next.
I mean, there was a bunch of discourse around Baldur's Gate this week. We don't need to get into about like IGN put out a video that was like, oh, fans should. You know, we're just not going to get into it because it's not really news. It was just bullshit discourse. Yeah, no, I mean, there wasn't anything big, very, very small amount, you know, like Call of Duty, more leaks of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 will feature all of the original Modern Warfare 2 maps remastered.
When does Gamecoms begin? Next weekend.
Next week.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuesday is opening night live, so there'll be a lot of news to talk about next week.
Okay, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
I did a weird thing today. I don't know why, but I was like, I'm gonna watch, and I watched Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
I don't know why.
But this is news?
No.
This seems like post show.
So what's going on? What is this?
I'm just telling you.
Oh boy. All right.
It turns out still a pretty good movie.
I watch it like every month.
They change. What are you expecting? To change
I watch it every month.
You watch it every month?
No, I don't watch it every month, but I do watch
it
anytime I'm scrolling, because I still have TV, YouTube TV, but still, anytime I'm scrolling and I see Saving Private Ryan, it's going on.
Huh. Mm-hmm. I don't think I've watched it in 10 years. You know?
Wow, I've seen it at least twice this year.
Long time.
At least.
I mean, that D-Day
so
scene,
good.
Man. Wow.
It's
like,
a great
I remembered
movie.
It being kind of wild, but minus, you know, they got the whole underwater part wrong. But the rest of it is, well, with the bullets where everyone's like underwater at the beginning, they're getting out of the boats and they're just getting fucking shot up.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it on Mythbusters. Like after 3 feet, like the bullets go fucking sideways. That's just physics. Whereas like they were like deep underwater and everyone's just getting, but like the rest of it was, I mean, man, that sea was red.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. That was wild.
Great movie.
So,
great movie.
I don't know what brought it on. I was browsing YouTube and I was just like, I'm gonna watch Saving Private Ryan.
There you go. I kind of want to watch the Prestige. again.
Great film.
Great movie.
I've not seen that film in a while,
Yeah.
so I was thinking
I watched
about
it so many times when it first came
putting
out.
that
It was
out.
like one of the either HBO or Showtime movies that was
It's
on
a
all the
great
time.
movie. I'm like in the
Yeah.
mood though. I'm in the mood for a little
So
You know
good.
what?
Are you never not in the mood for the Prestige?
Well, it just popped into my head like
Oh,
yesterday, so I was
good.
like, "Oh yeah, Prestige.
Now-
That was a great movie."
Are you in it for which of the two actors, or three actors? I guess.
I think Bale is the.
Yeah, Bale is.
I don't know. Maybe he's a huge Jackman guy.
It could be a good jack
huge
off,
jack-
man. I don't know.
Jack.
Maybe he just wanted to jack off.
David Bowie's like cameo as Tesla in it.
Mhm.
Like it's
really
his
good.
fucking
It's a great
Gollum.
fucking movie.
Who the fuck plays Gollum? Andy Serkis
Serkis?
as his assistant.
I was like, I don't
Uh,
remember Gollum being in that movie.
Michael Caine as you gotta watch the bird.
Such a good movie.
It's interesting you say that because this just
Elizabeth
makes me
Warren.
realize the reason
Fantastic film.
I think I thought of watching Saving Private Ryan is I just watched Oppenheimer. So
Sure.
that's
Right.
most likely what made me think of that.
You're
'Cause
in the
I
mood
just
for-
we saw it.
Yeah.
We saw the
World War II.
IMAX 70 millimeter. We saw it last Saturday. We had an
We-
early showtime to be able to get
Yeah.
those tickets, but it
So-
was awesome.
I ended up getting tickets and for an early show time originally next week, and Tuna and I were going to go see it together.
Mm.
But
Oh, thanks for the invite.
I only had
Don't blame
two-
me. Do not blame me.
I only
Tom,
had two tickets. I only had two tickets. Like
Tom,
and you've
I didn't
seen
even.
it,
I didn't
right, Dan, or
prompt
no?
it. I didn't.
No,
say
I haven't
anything.
seen it.
Dan
I've
doesn't
seen
go
it.
to the movies.
I didn't
Yeah,
say
I
That,
anything.
that is
movies.
also true.
I got a text from him. I didn't say.
Tuna, relax.
Leave me out of it.
Well,
I did
it
not
doesn't
say a
even
word.
matter anymore.
I
It
did
doesn't
not
matter
say a
anymore.
word.
In fact, Dan, on the 31st.
Actually, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, because Tuna, I ended up having to move it because I ended up having something for work next week. So I had to get tickets for the following Thursday. IMAX 70 millimeter. It's the very last showing of this extended run that they've done. So Dan, if you're free next Thursday,
No,
Thursdays
next.
from now, next
Yeah, it's-
31st.
Here's the problem:
10:30 a.m.
is I might be actually broke by then. Depends how much going to the U.S. Open is going to cost this year. Because,
I'm not charging you for the ticket.
No,
You're
no,
more
I just
than
need to get
welcome
like
have it.
a soda and fucking popcorn.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Because the U.S. Open tickets right now are pretty pricey. We were looking
Yeah.
earlier
This is stupid.
I told
for
my
grounds passes right now.
bunch
They're
of
like, oh yeah,
fucks.
Does everything is.
Bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah, I sent because I thought my parents might want to go this year because they watch tennis, and I was like, oh, you should do the U.S. Open. And I sent them links. I was like, oh, this might be too rich even for your blood. Like,
This
damn.
is ridiculous. It's
Uh,
ridiculous. It's
they
absolutely.
usually
insane.
What are we
usually
talking
they'll
here?
release like a few days before more tickets, and they'll be at like normal prices. Not the
Let me tell you
resale
something.
price.
Back
So-
when I went when I started going, what, 10, 12 years ago, they were like 50
they're like $50. Yeah. I
Now
remember.
they're like over $100. It's ridiculous.
Well, they're over 100 to start, and then
Right.
the resale people buy them all up and start charging double.
Which is
that
crazy
immediately.
because it's just
That's still a
ground.
lot cheaper than a Taylor Swift ticket.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a life changing event. This is the first couple rounds. Of the
I
US
told
Open.
you
That is-
when Brit went, best night of her life. So
To T Swift.
Wow.
she went.
Too bad that wedding was expensive then. See now,
Ticket
Tom,
was-
now Tom,
ticket
now
was free,
Tom
I don't
knows
care.
what it feels like to be in an awkward
Hmm.
room like earlier when you thought that Tom and Brooke broke up.
Hmm.
Tom made the same face that you made earlier.
Yeah, that was it. That was the face.
That's great.
Ticket was free though, so we're even.
That's true. Yeah, it was.
I didn't
that was,
go. I wish I went, but
that was
I
your
mean,
cousin's gift. She was like, I
Yeah.
have one ticket.
my cousin got a ticket for Brett, not for me.
I mean, she would appreciate it more, I think.
Yeah, but you know, I would have had a good time. I would have had a good time.
Do you have anything to complain about? Tom was supposed to complain about something last week.
I did. I ended
He
up
did.
doing it.
We had to
He did
remind
it.
him, but he did.
I know, but it was a whole thing.
Yeah, it was a thing.
What does the whole thing mean?
Well, because you said in advance, boys, I got a complaint for you this week.
yes,
And then
it
at
took
some
me a
point during
little
the show, you were
minute
like,
to-
Dan was like, don't you have a complaint for us? And you're like, oh,
Fuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
what
I
was
did.
it? And then
Yeah.
like it took a while. We started talking about something else.
It
and
was like a
then you
3
were
out of
able to
10.
Remember what it was. But it was just hilarious considering you texted us. I have a complaint for this week. Let me tell you.
I really thought texting you guys would help me. And it did, because I did text you right after it happened. So I was able to look at the time and be like, okay, where was I? What was
There was
Tom's
an
going
Onion
into
article
the
that popped up
photos
related
on
to
his
that,
phone.
Tom.
He was like, where was I like an hour
Yeah,
before
I was
this?
like, yeah.
Tom, there was an Onion article that popped up on one of my feeds somewhere, and it was about like someone talking to someone while they
In
go
the
to while
bathroom.
I take a
Yeah.
piss, and I was like, wow, this is what Tom was. I was like,
I wrote
actually,
that- I
my
read
thought
that
was, wow,
article.
that was what someone was talking about. I couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was the complaint when a
No,
stranger
I do not have one.
We got questions that rolled in now.
Email at unrankedpodcast.com. Go to our show notes. Click on the link for the Discord and go to question for the pod, or you can call 805-738-8692. That's 805-738-8692. Phone number also available in the show notes. Let's check out questions for the pod. From Narcus, what do you think is the best give that you have given? I'm assuming that's gift that you have given.
I think he means like anything you've given.
Yeah.
The best gift, the first thing that popped into my
Best
mind
give is really what he
was
wrote. So anything that doesn't have to be an actual present. I'm saying.
I went, well, see this. I mean, obviously, there's obvious things that I got for my kid, for Britt, but I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use, so my uncle was FDNY for 30 plus years, right there on 9/11 and all that. He's like a big kid, right? He is still a kid at heart. So I went to a very cool antique toy store and I got him this like 1920s genuine 1920s fire truck toy, and it was in the original box, and I got it from him for Christmas. And he was like the way that like he
Vintage.
reacted. Oh yeah, vintage. It was vintage.
There was one of two ways that was going to go.
antique.
Oh, sorry,
Either,
you're
like,
right.
the way
That
you're-
is antique.
So he was
It
happy
was
Over
antique.
100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1920s. That's antique.
1920s, and it was like his face lit up. That was the best gift. Like that was the most genuine. Like you really can tell when someone reacts in a way to your gift that they're like, holy shit, you actually thought about something other than giving me a gift card or giving me like a piece of clothing or some crap. That was the best gift. I don't think I'll ever top that gift. So there you go.
That is good.
Yeah. That's all I got. I mean, there's the Brit, the ring and the push present and all that crap, but
Wait, what was that?
The push pop.
present.
What is
The
push present?
pop.
The push present.
Yeah, what the
By the
hell
way,
is that?
The
Separately,
push present is a new-ish.
Okay,
I think it's new, but who knows? Maybe it's been around. It's the gift the husband gives the wife for having the kid because I didn't do shit for 9 months.
Oh, because she pushed it out.
Is this a thing or
It is. Google it.
This-
It's a
this sounds
fucking
like-
thing.
Because
Tom, you know what
push
this sounds
pops
like?
were
It sounds like some
what's the
bullshit.
budget?
Andy.
What's the
It sounds like
what's the
some
budget
bullshit.
on this push present?
It's not a
It's just like 3 years salary.
24 best push present ideas. What did you
it's a
get?
real thing. A watch. It's pretty nice.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't cheap. Okay.
Is it a Mickey Mouse watch?
Yeah, I made it.
When you said that, you must have known we were going to ask what the fuck you were talking about.
I
right?
kind of like tried to just.
Yeah.
According to Healthline's guide, the price guide, anything over $200 is a quadruple dollar amount.
Oh wow.
The most. So
Wait, what's it again?
So Healthline.
So their ranking system of how expensive things are. Anything over 200 is $4 signs.
Yeah.
Oh,
$50 is a single dollar, 50 to 100 to 100 to 203. Oh,
I mean, look, I'll be totally honest with you. I was in the same boat as you people when I was told of this thing, and I said, "That's not a thing. That's not a thing. It can't be a thing. That's not a thing."
Yeah.
Who told you about this thing?
The person who got it.
Well, this is losing credibility fast.
I mean, look, unless she wrote all these articles, which I'm not putting it past her.
ChatGPT. It's just
Right.
ChatGPT.
It's just she's created
She's been planning this for like 5 years.
Tuna got taken for a fucking ride here because I'm looking at multiple articles, and even their most expensive thing is like max $250.
Yeah, but the
So-
problem was that her friends also got like it
Oh
just
my
What did
had
a
to
God.
friend
be
get a
in
watch?
they had to be comparable, otherwise,
What did your friend get?
don't worry about it. I don't even remember. I just remember being like begrudgingly.
I just
doing
remember the
this.
price tag. of
I
the
just remember
watch.
thinking. I just remember being like, really, like this is really a
You
thing
should've-
now.
You should have got her a really nice ballpoint pen.
But it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the birthday, right? With the first kid's birthday, we went all out for the first kid. We're not even having a second birthday this year. We're just like we spent it all on the first birthday. Kid's not going to remember. Nobody wants to come. Who cares?
Nobody.
I'm
wants to
sorry about that.
come.
I mean, they would come because we went to theirs. But really, do we really want to do the same birthday over and over and over again at the same place? No.
Brit wants more push presses.
Let me tell you something. It's going to be the same present that you got her is going to get wrapped
Push
up right again,
anniversary.
and we'll give it
Push
right back to you.
anniversary.
Ridiculous.
Wait, you got her
kids'
something? So
presents-
she'd give you a watch?
What?
You just said the same presents getting wrapped up and
I'm
getting right
talking
back to
about
you.
kids' birthdays. I'm talking about kids' birthdays.
Oh.
You get the same shit. You basically it's
So you gave the baby a
Is
watch.
she still super into the bricks, or is that done?
no, she's into it. She
Okay,
but
cool.
I'll tell you what. Remember when you were here, like Miss Rachel is out. Elmo in.
Oh,
Elmo in. Elmo.
But
and
doesn't
Cookie
Miss
Monster.
Rachel have an Elmo?
Yes, but it's Herbie. She doesn't care. She loves Elmo songs now. Like she literally wakes up, more Elmo, more Elmo, more Elmo. Like, oh my God.
What was
Like she-
that song she was super into? Not Ghostbusters. There was something else. That
The
was like that.
Pentatonics one?
Yes. What's the pentatonic
The-
situation?
So that's the one that when she wants it, she says more doot doot. So more doot doot is that, more Elmo or Elmo songs, more Shark is Baby Shark has made an appearance.
More
Has made an
shots.
apart and
More
then
Shark,
Wheels,
and Tuna's
and
like,
then,
okay.
Wheels on the Bus is more bus. So Miss Rachel's out, man.
oh, she's
gonna be-
Morbius?
Wow.
She's
Big
gonna be out.
Morbius girl?
She's gonna be fucking Elmo for Halloween at this rate because she is loving Elmo. She like I'll say something. I'll just go up to her and I'll go ring 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 ring, and she'll grab whatever the hell is close, and she'll just be like, "Hello, Elmo." So super into Elmo right now, loving it.
It's great.
And there you go.
Well, no one's gonna top that, so we're just gonna go on to the next question,
Alright.
Okay.
unless someone had something they wanted to
No.
share. The push present
Apparently
really
not.
took things sideways.
That
Yeah.
kind of threw things off.
Yeah.
All right. Conversely, from what is the best give that you've given, guys? Epic Neckbeard wants to know what's the best take that you've taken.
I'm sorry. What?
What's the best take?
So
that
the
you've
last
taken?
question was,
What's the best thing I've
best give
stolen?
that
No,
you've given?
no.
And then the next thing is, what's the best take you have taken? It's the opposite of the last question.
It's the best gift I ever got.
If
No.
you want to take it that way, then I guess
Well, because
so.
the last one was most likely a mistake. So it said give, you have given, not gift. So the follow-up question is, what take have you taken? Alex doesn't understand.
Maybe it's like, what's your best take? Like,
Yeah.
what take do you stand by? That's like,
Well, what,
I mean,
what
I
take
took
have
a
you heard
pack of-
No,
somewhere
like I
else?
think it's like literally, what's the best thing you've ever
I took-
taken?
I took a pack of gum from the corner drugstore when I was like 6, and then told my
Whoa.
mom
Bus
that I
goes?
did it because I felt guilty.
And this was all a sting. We've set him up, guys. We got him. We got him on tape.
wait.
go, Alpha Team.
Which deli are we talking about?
I'm pretty sure it was
Was
in.
Busco's?
It might have been Busco's. It also. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there was also
It
a
was the one across the
drugstore.
street too.
Yeah, I remember taking it, and then I remember that night telling my mom I did
Was
it.
there a drugstore over there?
Well,
Near
no, but there was a
Busco's?
deli across the street.
There was a
no
deli.
convenience-
Wasn't
Well,
there a
yeah, there
deli
was-
across the street.
What? Greystone?
Greystone
Yes,
is yeah,
Greystone.
but Greystone.
Neither is
It might have been. No, but I'm calling it a. I don't know. It could have also been. It could have also been the. Again, I think I'm calling it a drugstore, but really the correct term is really deli. I don't know why I'm calling it a
Oh,
drugstore.
okay. So
But
that
I'm
changed
thinking
everything.
of the other one that
like
was
convenience
near.
store. You mean?
Are you thinking
Yes,
Jenny's?
No, I'm thinking
no,
of the one that was near MacArthur. There was MacArthur
Oh.
Park. There was
Oh, the
Maple?
Spanish Deli.
yeah, it might have been
Oh,
this. No,
the
I don't
one
think
near
it was
the
this
middle school. The one in the middle school was.
I don't know.
the
All these
Spanish
people
Deli.
listening are like, I don't know the ins and outs of Rockwell Center. Anyway, I went to a convenience store.
the
I stole a
one
packet.
near the one near MacArthur Park is the Maple Avenue Deli.
Okay.
Was that the Spanish Deli?
No,
I
Spanish
don't know
Deli
what
was
the
right
name of
next to
that
the middle
place
school.
was.
That's actually the Park Avenue Deli that no one.
Right.
It was a North Park Deli or whatever. No one ever called it that.
Right.
I had no idea. What
I
the
don't know
name
if it's
of
still
it
there.
was. That's amazing.
That was a bodega, not a deli.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a middle school of white children, so it was the Spanish Deli.
Oh yeah, it was literally that everyone called it. Oh,
Today,
you got to get these candies over at the Spanish Deli.
Yeah, they were good though. You get
Today
sour
I
belts.
asserted I
5
asserted
cents
my
belts.
Candy. They had good candy. I'm not gonna say they didn't.
Who did? Which one?
The
Spanish Deli had the best candy, right?
Oh yeah. Remember you'd
Yeah.
pay sometimes I think depending on what it was paid by like the pound too. So you just
They were,
go
like,
with like
cheap,
a couple
too.
dollars. You get
Yeah,
fucking,
it was like
bag of
10
candy,
cents a
walk to
pound. Or
school.
something. It was like,
Yes.
all right, let me get shitload.
You had just
Yes.
enough time if you got off the bus early enough to run over to it.
Bubbaloo gum,
It's great.
Mm, yeah.
fucking gusher gum.
It would be like fight. Wouldn't there be like fights there though?
Oh yeah.
There was always threats of fights. I don't
That's
know how often.
because
They actually
that was
happened.
the joke was like you didn't want to fight on school property because you didn't want to get suspended. So if there's
This
gonna be a
is
fight,
stupid.
everyone would be like, "Oh, well, then we're gonna fight at the Spanish Deli after
Spanish
school."
Deli. Yeah, there's a bunch of 7th graders with 12-year-olds. Oh yeah. Fucking losers.
Oh, amazing.
All right. Tom,
Okay.
anything? No. Okay.
The best
Moving on.
best take that I've taken or gift I've received. I don't know. Maybe
Like-
the lightsabers I got this year was pretty cool. That was pretty.
Is
awesome.
that a gift to yourself? Where'd
No.
you get that from?
It's
someone?
not a gift. Why is the word gift being thrown? Like, you have to be a gift. It doesn't have to be a gift.
I took the remote away from my kid today because she kept fucking around with it.
See, that's a take. You took.
Amazing. That's good. Okay, the best take that I've taken. I don't know. I don't want to incriminate myself. All right, so we'll move on to the next.
I
Take
once
that
took a
fifth.
great shit.
Tuna fan club.
Oh,
Slater.
yeah. Done
Question
that.
for the pod. There's a series of great Always Sunny episodes where a single gang member gets a day that all other gang members have to abide by whatever they want to do. They usually hand select activities that they know the rest of the gang would absolutely loathe.
Mm.
If
Oh,
you had a
loathe.
day where you could force the other hosts to do whatever you want, what would the schedule look like? This is great because I just watched all of Always Sunny, which, by the way, there's an episode, Alex, that you should watch because it
Okay.
is like
I actually really want to watch all of Sunny.
you would like it.
Have
Always
you
Sunny.
watched it before? Or?
I've watched a few episodes.
Oh,
There's gonna be
yeah.
bits
yeah,
that
it's
you're gonna
great.
be like grossed out by because they do. There is definitely
They
some
do gross
fucking
stuff
gross
sometimes.
humor.
Oh,
in
they
it,
do
Alex.
some gross shit.
It's mostly
the-
Danny DeVito.
Mostly who they sleep with.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
No,
like
but there is-
everyone that they have
there
sex
is just
with
some-
like a
Some
gremlin.
just nasty,
The
gross, like.
McPoyles, you're not gonna like.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
There's just some like
no.
dirty, wet people from time to time that Alex is gonna definitely be like. Oh.
There are some dirty wet.
But you could
Everyone
just-
is ugly on the show. It's like
Yeah,
the
it's-
ugliest group of people.
It's just a bunch of degenerates. But there's an episode where
Mhm.
where one of the characters, Dennis, is just having the most inconvenient and annoying day of his life, and he's like trying to
Oh,
take
his mental
like,
health day.
yeah, he's trying to take a
that
mental
was,
health
like
day.
one of the last
Oh,
episodes.
it just feels like a Tuna complaint, like in episode 4. Like he goes to this place and he wants to buy something, and they're just like, "Well, you have to download the app," and he's like, "Excuse me," and that's just like the first
I
time,
think
and
Tuna
then
would
it, like,
relate to Dennis on a few levels.
would.
that are very creepy.
would.
Hopefully not as well for
Not-
some levels as well
Not
because
those
of the
levels, but there's other
implication.
levels I could see Tuna relating to Dennis on. I don't think he has like a Dennis system or anything.
no, he doesn't.
Oh my
but
god! Or a collection of VHS tapes.
that episode was unbelievable. It was just like, it was like someone took like 10 of your most aggravating thoughts that you've shared and turned it into a script for the character. It was
Oh, yeah.
incredible. All right, so everyone gets a day. So everyone
See,
else
this
has to
is
abide by the
interesting.
rules. What are they gonna be?
Before the rule was, it was
Bird
a
Law
day you had to
episodes, you probably like
loathe.
also.
Before it was a day you had to loathe. My first thing was gonna be like, well, I would have you guys all here in the basement, and it would just
That
be
sounds like a good
us.
start.
No interruptions, no
No
kids,
streams.
no wife,
No
no
clothes,
streams,
no condoms.
no girlfriends, no wives, no babies, no bullshit.
No bathroom breaks. We got a piss bucket in the back.
Yeah, we got a piss bucket, and then we have 12 hours of straight video gaming.
Straight.
Tuna, how much?
And I'm
how
in the
much would
corner
you
solving puzzles.
So wait,
Tom
going
solving
back to
puzzles in the
that,
corner.
going back to that, we have to make part of it, Tuna having a piss bucket in his basement, right? Like a real, like that's part of this.
Well, no,
horrible day.
Alex gets to make it. It's his day, so he determines
Right.
what we all have to do.
Well,
and
we
abide
all
by
would
his
choose
rules.
a day. I'm just saying, part of our day could be.
Right, and there's also it's a day
Forcing
that
him
I
to do that.
you know what, this is the part
Oh, I
maybe that
see.
you'll all loathe. It's a day that I choose.
Yeah.
That means you have to like you gotta break plans with whoever you gotta break
Sure.
plans with. You can't go to work, unfortunately.
I need
Yeah,
advance notice.
I
just
get the
'cause of
problem.
no
whole-
advance notice. There will be no advance notice.
Well, I guess
will
I'll just be video chatting in because it takes.
no. I'll give you the
hours.
I'll give you the I'll buy the plane. I'll tell you right now. Get to LAX in 1 hour. Let's go.
Oh, that is never happening. It takes.
What do you
Get in
mean?
there in maybe 3 hours.
Nope. You better find a way. So there you go. That's what I would do.
Okay.
That's it. That was it. That was the whole
I
thing.
can't think of anything that you would actually loathe that I would want to do.
Well, you don't have to make it a day where people loathe, but in the show, that
that's
is what
his
often
question.
happens because it's a way for them to take out their frustrations on one another. It's like, oh, here's my day. Everyone has to do whatever the fuck I want, so I'm gonna make them all miserable for the day.
Right.
I
See,
think
but,
it's
but
more-
another one
I
of
think
my
it's
days
more of
would
like,
be,
here's the stuff I want to do that I never get to do because you people don't like
Yes.
doing it.
Yeah.
right. But you guys do usually like what I want to do. So, Tom, anything?
Tom looked like.
Oh, I know what Tom would have us do. No, actually, maybe he wouldn't, because then it would be frustrating for him.
Mm.
You would have us sit
But
down.
we have
play.
to abide by the system, though. We have.
I know,
to go
but I think it
along
would.
with
I think let's say Tom was like, "Well, I want you all to play a tabletop," or I want like
that is
he-
actually what I was thinking he might say as well.
right, but he might just get very frustrated with the fact that we would be asking a lot of questions, not understanding, trying to finagle our way
Sure.
around the rules. It might be,
I could see Tom getting us all together and be like, let's play some.
Except
party
for Tom,
McDennis.
the whole thing would be Tom. What would you do? What are you picking?
yeah. I'm speaking for you.
I would have a paintball
Ooh.
Ah.
place booked out. No,
Okay.
no one else.
All right.
I mean, I'll do that.
I mean,
I've never shot a paintball gun. But
Yeah,
sure.
either have I.
Fuck
you
it.
know, that's
Fuck
part of that's the torture element of
Fuck it.
like, I don't think any of you have you paintballed,
All right.
Dan?
No, I haven't. I don't really have a
Okay.
desire to, but I'm waiting for more from this day. Or is that the whole thing?
Sounds like that's the whole thing.
Oh, we go to Big Daddy's
And we get a pizza. Yeah.
we get the jambalaya.
Right.
Pretty
Chris?
good.
Chris?
All right.
Chris?
We get up. We go get
Ooh.
breakfast burritos.
Ugh.
We go to the
I'm
water
already-
park.
That's a great day.
Hold
Who's
on,
not
hold
gonna
on.
want to
He's
do
made
that?
us do this day before.
We get breakfast burritos.
Right, we've done this day.
Hold on, we haven't done this day. I get the whole day.
Dan
We're-
and I have done this day.
It's
with
only
you.
it's only begun. Sorry. We get breakfast burritos. We do the Lost Power Hour. Go to the water
Yeah.
park.
right.
What's a lost power hour?
Oh,
Power
Hour
with scenes from
Tom.
Lost.
Oh,
right. Oh,
baby.
Yeah.
Refresh me, because I think yeah.
I mean, we should just do this for
We
fun
should
on
just-
a stream.
Yeah, do it.
It's I cut together in the summer of
great.
2010.
It was 2010. Yeah.
1-minute clips of Lost, and I
Yeah,
picked
first
10
saw it
from all
at
6
that-
seasons.
At Tuna's dad's place. we did
Yeah.
it.
That was the first time I think Dan ever even watched Lost.
Yeah,
It
it's the
was.
first. Well, it's the first time I watched any sort of like semblance of the series, but I'd seen like parts of episodes, just like
Yeah.
Right.
just about to turn it off.
Right.
I had it all go in chronological order too, from the first episode to the finale. So
It was
sort of like
it was great. It was
we
great.
redid that at some point, didn't we?
We definitely
had-
redid it.
Or
I feel like
we
we
had
redid
Chris
it.
send us like a flash drive or something.
I
with
sent
it
you
on
the
it?
video. Yeah, I
don't
sent
know
you
if
a
we did.
video of it.
Do you still have it? Can we
I do.
do
I
the
still have it.
original?
Yes,
Oh,
we
we
can.
should
We got to
do
do
the
it.
original.
We
should
got to
do
do
it.
it.
Now that
Yeah.
we've all watched it and like
Yeah.
recently too.
I mean, honestly, Alex, if you can try and just figure out when you can do that, because like I know for Dan with his availability, the sooner you can find a day, like I'll just
right.
do it. I'll be ready.
All right. All right.
That would be
I'm
fun.
ready.
How about-
I have the
Yeah,
file.
Tuna, how's your
with
August
me at all
31st?
times.
Oh yeah, August 31st. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't do that.
Oh, August 31st is when the One Piece live action comes
It was a
out.
joke anyway because Tom invited me to the movie on August 31st.
Yeah. No.
Uh
Then
Do you have
okay,
any
so
other-
after the water
Yeah.
park, we go to a Rage Room, which is something I really want to do.
Hell yes.
Rage rooms are
Right,
like
this sounds great.
like you go
It
in and
doesn't
you
have to
just
be bad.
trash
It doesn't
have to be
stuff
things
and
we
you-
hate.
I
It's
thought
just
he said
things-
it did. I thought the question.
Yeah,
was
but here's the
it.
thing though, right? At this point, you guys are starting to you're gonna be pretty tired now.
Yeah.
You're gonna be-
Yeah, I
after the water
probably will be
park,
tired.
I'm gonna be like, here we go, rage room, and everyone's gonna be like,
Right.
no, I'm really
Oh no.
So we're going to the
I'm
rage
really
room.
tired.
And the extra salt in the wound is that we were excited for it, but
Right.
now like the excitement has been
Yes.
Oh, but
drained.
we're
from
not
us.
done. Then
Only
we go-
Chris can rage.
We go,
We have
we
to
get
watch.
dinner. We get dinner.
Where
It's
we
like down
eating?
the street from the rage room.
Okay.
We're going to
Yeah.
Chili's to get fajitas,
Get
and then we're ending the night. Play it. We're going my
Dude,
dodgeball
great
league.
corn.
We're going to. We're the
Oh,
whole crew's going to play
no,
dodgeball.
no.
Whole crew's playing dodgeball.
No, absolutely
Wait, we're just
not.
watching. We're not even participating.
No, we're all playing.
Oh,
It's-
we're playing,
We'll
okay.
go to the North Hollywood League is open gym, so it's not
Open gym.
it's an open gym league just because of scheduling and stuff.
Absolutely
regular.
fucking not.
So I mean, you are. That's
No.
how the day works.
That's how the day works.
No.
Yeah, you
Day
don't get to say
works.
no. That's the whole point.
I also
It's
don't know why you
like
wouldn't
in,
want to play dodgeball. It seems like a game you'd want to play.
Yeah, after all that we've done, there's no way that I'm going to want to do that. I'm going to want to just veg out. Like, I'm not going to want to play dodgeball.
You know, there's no choice in the matter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Dan.
You're allowed to bitch about it as it's happening.
Yeah.
You just-
That
I don't know
my
if I
day, of
have.
course, would have some form of excess. Like it wouldn't be my day if
Yes.
it didn't.
I don't know if I have any like ideas for. I'm so bad at this shit. Like planning things. I don't know. I don't really have like a day of things I'd want to do. I like taking suggestions and going, oh yeah, that sounds good.
Dan will leave it to the listeners.
I was going to
We'll
say,
just pull stuff out of a hat.
your thing should just be like, you have us over and we're just sitting there and you're just like, this is it.
That sounds awful. Also, like I
Is
wouldn't
it-
even enjoy that. That would be like, oh wow, I'm just being a terrible host right now. I don't know why you people are here.
This is
Because
it.
we have to be.
We're there. We're just gonna watch the entirety of Always Sunny, just
There you
sitting
go.
through the whole
There you
thing
go.
consecutively.
Oh, all right.
And every time
All right.
someone yawns or starts to fall asleep, we yell at them to make them stay awake, so they have to watch it.
There we go.
Mm.
That's perfect. Alex would hate that too.
Game
I
time?
think, speaking of
Oh.
Alex, he has a game for us that he's
I
excited
do.
to play.
I have a game called Gamebusters.
Shut the fuck up. Wait,
I just-
when did you decide you wanted to do this?
I decided the other day I was listening to old Carl Pilkington crap.
Oh, sure.
Heard a couple good rock busters, and I was
Sure.
like, you know what? Let me try to see if I can make some of these game busters.
I would love it.
So got a couple game busters for you guys, and we will start going now.
You want us to send answers like all at once or one
Yeah.
at a time?
Yeah, send them one at a time. One at a time.
All right,
But
great.
we're not going to go through each one at a time. We're going to go through them all at the end. Now, if you
Go.
remember Game Busters, I'm going to give you a little cryptic clue to try to get you to guess the name of a game, or the name of a video game character. The classic example for me is that conductor makes a mean meal. That's a maestro chef.
That conductor was also a cook.
Right. Well, he's making a mean meal. So that's maestro chef, maestro master chef, master chief. Okay. So that's your example.
Okay.
So here we go. You're going to give these to me. You're going to text them to me one at a time. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, why not?
All right, here we go. So that is the first one. That guy from Maroon 5, he had a great audition. Just give him the part. All right? Okay? Okay.
Say that again?
That guy from Maroon 5 had a great audition. Just give him the part. All right?
Okay.
All right. That's number one.
Wait. Sorry, this is a character
It's a video game character or game.
or game. Okay.
Well, you're going to text me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to it.
Okay. All right.
What's
This
his
is
last
this is
name?
number two. This is number two. Ugh. Not that brown vegetarian soup again.
This is a character.
Or a game. It's a character or a game.
I will say, I always told you if it was character or game.
Yeah, and I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
No, I
We're doing
understand.
this.
This is actually the answer to the last question that we answered. This game is the answer.
Okay, wait. So the first one also could have been a console. Sorry, a
No.
character or a game. So
Mhm.
first one could have been a character or a game.
You know what? I was gonna.
Oh, that's
you know
fine.
what? Fine.
That's
Since
fine.
No. Since it's causing issues, I will tell you right now, they're all games. I was just saying video game character just to fuck with you, just to make it even that much harder. But it is just a game. They're all games. So number 2 is not that brown vegetarian soup again. That's number 2. Number 3, you're over 6 foot and you have no money. Okay. Number 4, those Benedictine brothers can't get into
You're also going so fast. You're on the 4th one up. Like what?
No, he
All right. Well, we'll go.
No, it's
Hey,
fine.
I'm shooting answers out there quick.
We'll go back. Those Benedictine brothers can't get into their tropical vacation home without this. What's going on there?
He really channeled Carl Pilkington from these ones. Oh my
That's
god.
number 4. Number 5. That's weird. To be worshiping 2 butts in your religion? What kind of religion is that? What's going on there?
This is number 5.
That was number 5.
So, sorry, what is number 5 again? Can you say that again?
Yeah, that's weird. To be worshiping 2 butts in your religion? What kind of religion is that? What's going on there? That's number 5. Number 6.
What the fuck?
Chivalry is dead. That armor is empty. Chivalry is dead. That armor is empty. That was number 6. Number 7. Is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's on? What's going on there?
What was that last one?
Is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's on? What's going on there? And number 8 is the last one.
Oh my god.
I went over to my friend's house as a kid and I said, "Yo, this living room is sick. Would you like anything repeated?"
Yeah, I mean the whole thing.
Number 1. Let's start with number 1 again.
All right.
Yeah,
Number
so I
1.
can type the whole thing out.
Sure. Okay. Number 1.
I mean,
that guy
I've sent some good answers in.
Yeah. That guy from Maroon 5 had a great audition. Just give him the part. All right. That was number 1. That guy from Maroon 5 had a great audition. Just give him the part. All right. Number 2. Not that brown vegetarian soup again. Okay. Number 3. You're over 6 foot and you have no money. Number 4. Those Benedictine brothers can't get into their tropical vacation home without this. Number 5. That's weird. To be worshiping 2 butts in your religion. What kind of religion is that? What's going on there? That was number 5.
Wait.
Okay. What are you like typing this verbatim?
Yes, because it's too many. It's too fast.
Okay. I should have told you to get a pen and paper ready.
Jesus. All right, you should just send them to us.
All right, number 6. Chivalry is dead. That armor is empty. Bit of an easy one. 7.
I haven't even thought about this. I'm just trying to keep up with what the questions
I definitely
are.
have that one.
7. Is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's on? What's going on there? That was 7. And number 8. I went over to my friend's house as a kid and I said, yo, this living room is sick. And there you go.
I think I've definitely got one of them.
I have
Yeah.
one. The rest
Yeah,
of them,
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just smushing words together.
All right, I've just finished typing them all.
All right, well, start giving me
Jesus
answers.
Christ.
Let's go. I don't mean to push for an answer, but time is money.
Money is pizza. No, wait. Time is money. Money is pizza. What's this next line there?
Mm-hmm.
Money is power. Power is pizza. That's what it is.
Well, money is not important if you're over 6 feet and you don't have any, apparently.
That's why I put mine.
So Tom, is this it? You're muted.
I would need you to read them again.
What?
You want me to read them again?
No, like
No,
when you
I
give us the
don't.
answers?
I'm giving up. Yeah.
Okay.
I've sent in 3. 2 of them are only 2
Wait, you
of
didn't
them
even
are
guess on the
legitimate
others?
questions. By the time I was still thinking about previous
Oh
things.
my god!
And then
Do I get points for at least guessing for all of them?
No.
All right, fine. You
You're
want
getting them right.
You want me to go through one more? I'll give you number 1, Tom.
no, we're fine. We're good.
You
I
good?
haven't sent any guesses in, Tom.
Yeah. Tom,
Oh, okay.
Chris
Well, then
hasn't
you
sent
may
in
as
shit.
okay. Well, then if we're not waiting on me, then fine.
All right.
Well, Alex decided to do 2 rounds of Gamebusters and won. And something tells me he didn't build these in the correct order and the clues are jumbled, but I could be wrong.
Oh, are the clues jumbled?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, okay.
So-
there you
my
go.
god!
Yeah. So not only did he
This
do
is
2
true.
games worth in
This
one
is
game.
Tuna's
Fuck,
Gamebusters.
This
go
is
to hell.
true.
Yeah.
This is true Rockbuster Gamebusters.
Yeah.
This is
I
true.
just
Yeah. Tom,
God
as I
damn it.
tried to figure a couple
well
out at the
now
beginning,
a couple of
I was
them.
like, I think I figured one out, and it is absolutely not in order, and it makes sense as the answer. So I'm like, this motherfucker is gonna have to wait now for this.
All right, go through
Tuna.
them again, you piece.
All right.
of
Well, let's go through them
Did I
again. Let's
get
go
any
through
of them
again.
right? I'm not going to change my answers, but did I get any of them right?
You got one right. Dan.
Yes.
So number 1, that guy from Maroon 5 had
Right.
a great audition. Just give him the part. All right. That was number 1.
That's the one I got right.
No way. If this is it,
Yeah.
it might even be worse because there's no rhyming. It's just the letters look correct.
Okay. Number 2. Ugh. Not that brown vegetarian soup again. Ugh. Not that brown vegetarian soup again. Number 3. You're over 6 foot and you have no money.
I mean, I sent that one in.
Yeah.
Did it change for you? Did the edit go through?
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
4.
Good.
Those Benedictine brothers can't get into their tropical vacation home without this. Number 5, that's weird to be worshiping 2 butts in your religion. What kind of religion is that? Number 6, chivalry is dead. That armor is empty.
Yep.
Number 7, is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's on? What's going on there? And then number 8, I went over to my friend's house as a kid and I said, yo, this living room is sick.
I just figured one out. You fucking piece of shit. you fucking dirtbag. I just got one. That has to be it. That has to be what that is.
One
Oh
of
my
them is literally,
God.
I just needed to switch the halves of the answers around. In
I'm,
order to...
by the way, I'm pretty sure I know what one of them is, like the clues, but I cannot
Mhm.
figure out how this goes together to form a fucking game.
I just sent in absurd guesses that matched the absurdity of the clues.
Wait, it was I went to my friend's house and said, yo, this living room is sick. Is that what it
Mhm.
was?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's another word for living room?
That's easy. Living space.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Juan. Benedictine brothers.
Those
Did
Benedictine brothers
they need
can't
someone
get
to
into.
open a thing.
Yeah,
right?
they can't get into their tropical vacation home without this.
What number is that?
That was number 4.
Can I get 2?
Ugh, not that brown vegetarian soup again.
Three? No, not 3. I have 3. 4 was French. Benedictine. It was the ass one.
Mm-hmm.
The butts, sorry, butts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
6 I have for sure. 7?
Is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's
Right.
on?
Okay.
What's going on there?
Who's Ned? Who is Ned? Ned Flanders?
Are you going
Ned
to
from
send
Star
something,
Wars?
Chris, or are you just?
I think there's got to be some kind
waiting?
of time limit on this.
Yeah, we'll give you another minute.
All right.
Some of us have places to be.
Oh
I'm not
my
one of
God.
them. I got nothing to do, but some people do.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't help. All right, I'm just.
All right. I only have 2 answers that I'm
I
going to
have
send you.
5. I sent you 5.
Okay.
I'll send them. Hold on.
I know one of them. I'm convinced one. I'm convinced. Yeah. Well, we'll get to it. But I'm gonna go through my work. I'm gonna show my work. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I'll show my work too. There was none.
Okay, Chris.
I'm literally just typing them all out because I had all of them in different spots because I had to write down 8 fucking questions. You could have just sent them to us. There's only 2 real answers here, too, by the way.
What do you mean?
I literally couldn't think of anything but 2 of them.
Okay. This is good. Okay. So the first one was that guy from Maroon 5 had a great audition. Just give him the part. All right. Now when you're the guy from Maroon 5, right, that's Adam Levine.
Yes, it is.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just when you give someone the part,
what do you do?
You cast
them.
Yeah.
And you just do it already, right? So cast Levine, yeah. Castlevania. So it's Castlevania on that first one there.
So the answer was not a damn ravine.
No, but Tom got it correct.
Yeah, I guess Adam Levine cast 2K23.
Yeah,
Adam Levine cast. I had Levine cast. Then I was like, cast Levine.
Yeah,
cast Levine. Yeah, I didn't think about the like just do it already. Yeah,
that was
already. Yeah,
you figured that out once I said that this shit's not in the right order.
Oh yeah. Half of the answers when I realized there's one where I literally just did this and it worked.
There you go.
So number 2. Ugh, not that brown vegetarian soup again.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing? A brown vegetarian soup, right? One could say that would be a lentil soup. And if I'm
one could say that, but one would have no fucking idea from listening to
lentil. Silent Hill.
I had minestrone gross.
I wrote stew. I just wrote the name stew because I didn't know if it was a character at the time.
Chris wrote mushroom soup kingdom. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Silent Hill.
God, it's terrible.
All right, number 3. You're over 6 foot and you have no money. This one was a bit of an easy one.
Yeah, tall broke, obviously.
This was Portal.
Yeah.
Portal.
Yeah.
Portal.
And I said you told poor initially.
So number 4, those Benedictine brothers can't get into their tropical vacation home without this. What are Benedictine brothers? Those are monks.
Yeah.
Right. And what do they need to get into there? They need a key. Monkey Island.
Tropical.
Monkey Island.
That's the one I got, Tom. That was when I figured out that it couldn't be in order. So I was like, this has to be key. And the only thing that Alex is going to think of with the word
I had key
is going to be Monkey Island.
I didn't even think about Benedictine brothers because I was thinking of French. You know,
I was
like French twins. Like,
yeah. So number 5. That's weird to be worshiping 2 butts in your religion. What kind of religion is that? 2 butts also could be called asses. 2 of them. Ass.
Creed.
In Creed. Assassin's Creed.
While I ended up getting that one, I sent it later on. My original answer to that was double Asaias.
Yeah.
I had Deus Ex.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dual ass.
I got that one.
And then religion.
Number 6.
That's the only one.
Chris got that one, and
nice.
Dan got it. Number 6. Chivalry is dead. That armor is empty.
Yeah.
Well,
what the fuck is this?
Armor. Well, if an armor is empty, it could be
empty.
Seen as hollow. Could be hollow, right? And then chivalry. We're talking about knights. Hollow knight.
Sure.
Hollow.
That one was a straight up like good one.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
that was a real one.
Well, no, it's still not in the right order.
Well, whatever. Okay, so number 7 is
it was not. Yeah,
is that Ned floating down the river? What's that he's on?
Yeah.
Now Ned, you were wondering what Ned that could be. Ned Stark, and on a river raft, Starcraft. Okay,
that
was
raft. I
Starcraft.
should get some credit. I got some of that clue.
That was Starcraft.
I thought Ned was referring to Edward.
Well, snooze you lose. And number 8, I went over to my friend's house as a kid and I said, yo, this living room is sick. That's Madden.
No way. That was my absolute long shot answer.
So Tom gets 4 correct. Tom got Hollow Knight, Portal, surprisingly Castlevania, and Madden. Chris got Assassin's Creed and Monkey Island, and Dan got Assassin's Creed. So congratulations,
I got the
Tom.
most right per minute.
You might have gotten the most right per minute. That might be correct. So yeah, let me tell you something. Those
you
are
find out per minute. Don't you just take up all the minutes and then you divide the amount you got?
No,
correct?
because I got my answers in like 10 in like 30 seconds. So
Yep.
You guys took like 7, 8 minutes each.
Yep. So thanks for playing. I had a fun time making it. I cannot believe you got Castlevania. I really thought that was going to be one that you were not going to get.
Well, I just looked at the letters and I was like, if you just change a couple of these letters, it's Castlevania.
Every single one of these, if he had done them in the correct order, I bet we would have done significantly better.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do it in the correct order. It was fun of that.
So yours is more
do
the busted Gamebusters.
It's the real thing.
It's not.
It's not the.
It's not. Tuna, you're doing the outro.
Yeah, all the stuff's in the show notes. Follow us. Do whatever you do. And till next time, tell Chris. Oh, that's weird.
All right. So that was terrible.
What do you know?
You're right, it's all in the show
Peace.
notes. Go ahead, say Unranked. When you guys tell him to
Suck it.